Hola, buen día estudiantes. Hoy vamos a hablar sobre pronombres de objetos indirectos. El barista pasa el café a Katie. El barista le pasa el café. Interesante. Recuerden, los objetos directos, the direct objects receive the action of the verb. Juan levanta la mesa. What does he lift? He lifts the table. That's what we just finished in the last desafío, and you did very well. But now let's talk about indirect object pronouns. And they answer the question, to whom or for whom is the action being done? Juan lifts the table for Mariana. Juan levanta la mesa a Mariana. Who is he lifting it up for? Mariana. I don't know, maybe it's too heavy, or maybe she's got her arms full. Quique pasa la pelota a Jessie. Who is he passing the ball to? Jessie. Susana compra la camisa a su hermana. Who is she buying the shirt for? Su hermana. And notice in all of these, they're preceded by a. So this should help a great deal that we can identify the indirect object because there's an a in front of it. Just like the direct objects, the indirect objects may be replaced with a pronoun. And look, they're very similar. Me, te, nos, os. And the different ones are lay and lace. But we won't need to worry about masculine or feminine, just singular or plural. So yo doy la pizza a mi hermano. I'm going to replace mi hermano with le. Yo le doy la pizza. Yo doy la pizza a ella. I'm going to, ella, the pronoun that would go with ella is le. Yo le doy la pizza a ella. But notice, I didn't get rid of a ella. Because look at the top in red. It says indirect object pronouns can replace or accompany the indirect objects. We couldn't do that with direct objects. If we got a pronoun, we had to throw out the direct object. But now we can choose to keep it there if we want. And if the indirect object is a mí, a ti, a usted, a él, a ella, a nosotros, a vosotros, a ustedes, a ellos, or a ellas, you have to keep it there. So in the first example, mi hermano, I could choose to get rid of him because we know who we're talking about. But in the second sentence, since it had a ella, I have to keep a ella there. And you might be thinking, then why bother put a pronoun? And the answer to that is, I don't know. But you do in Spanish. In indirect objects, just like the direct objects, go in front of the conjugated verb. Yo doy la lámpara a Julio. Who am I giving it to? Julio. So I replace Julio with le, and it goes in front of the verb. Número dos, tú regales el cuadro a tu abuela. Who's it going to go to? Tu abuela. I replace tu abuela con le. Tú le regales el cuadro. And the third one, Sara y David dan el florero a nosotros. So the pronoun would be nos. But because it's a nosotros, we don't get rid of it and we keep it there. Sara y David nos dan el florero a nosotros. So go ahead and identify and replace the indirect objects with a pronoun. And then rewrite the sentence. Pausa el video, and then come back and check your work. ¿Listos? Ella nos prepara la cena. Ustedes le venden las flores. Tú me das los videojuegos a mí. ¿Y por qué no les das la comida? Les refers to the dogs. Why are you not giving the food to the dogs? Now, if there are two verbs in a sentence, we're going to treat it the same way we did with direct objects. You can either put it in front of the conjugated verb or connect it to the infinitive. This one's missing. Ella quiere vender el florero. Ella le quiere vender el florero a Cristina. So it goes in front of the conjugated verb. It's para Malik. Oh, no, should be al Malik. So we're going to replace Malik with le, and it goes in front of the verb. Marco le pone el libro en el estante. Or you could connect it to the end. Yo necesito comprar la mesa para Señor Ortiz. We're going to replace Señor Ortiz with le. Yo necesito comprarle la mesa. They stuck it on the end. Su hermana became le. Again, it's stuck to the end of the infinitive. You can't put it between these two verbs. You can either put it in the front or at the end. So go ahead and take out your cuaderno and write down these apuntes. Pausa el video and return when you are ready. ¿Listos? Okay, it's tu turno. Rewrite the sentences using indirect object pronouns. So look at the first one. We need to sell the books to Sam. Who are we selling them to? To Sam. So we replaced Sam with le, and this time we put it in front of the conjugated verb. Pausa el video y escriben las respuestas. Bueno, seguimos. Okay. If you notice, here's another option for the first one. If you want to connect it to the infinitive, you're welcome to do that when there are two verbs. That's the only sentence that has two verbs. If there's no two verbs, it always goes in front of the verb. So, meet me at Google Meets. We'll answer questions about this and do some more practice. Hasta luego.